Hello there, it's Fabienne from Bold Heart Business and boldheart.com, and I am in the US with members of the Bold Heart Business program, and we're talking about how to really leverage our business so that we can work with so many more clients and customers, 10 times the number of clients and customers that we have now, just to really increase our impact in the world. I really believe that we have the great capability to change people's lives through our business. And part of that is about having the divine obligation, the moral obligation to work with as many people as possible so we can change so many more lives doing what we do. And we were talking this morning about how these lovely people will do more in their business in the next 3 years that most people in business will do in their entire career and lifetime. And how does one create so much more impact? And it's one of the tricks is to always surround yourself with people with whom you can have real conversations, with whom you can share the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Um, why is this so important to playing a much bigger game in your business in service to others? Well, I don't know about you, but when I first started my business, there was some resistance from people in my life who said, "You're crazy to leave your full-time job to go into uncertainty." They projected their money fears on me. And because of that, I felt that I always had to put up a facade. I couldn't tell my friends and sometimes even my family when things weren't going well. I certainly couldn't tell my clients if things weren't going well. And I found that I was in complete isolation. I couldn't celebrate the big successes. I couldn't tell my friends who were still in corporate making, $30,000 a year when I had my first $10,000 month. It would have seemed like gloating, and we're taught, especially uh, women, are taught not to brag about their successes. So I couldn't talk about what was not going well because people would say, go back and get a real job. And I couldn't talk about what was going well. And so I was living in this bubble of isolation. And all I had was myself to talk to. And that really hit me, my confidence, pretty badly in the beginning. And what I realized is that I craved what I now call level 3 conversations. Level 1 conversation is the surface share. How are you? Good. How are you? Nice to see you, right? That's level 1. Level 2 are the conversations that you have with most people, friends, family, the conversations about, how's the college, search with your son, and update me on what's going on with, your career, and just that middle of the road conversation that we're used to having with the majority of people in our lives. And so that's the level 2 share. And then there's what I call the level 3, the go there share, which is where you can, in the right environments, within the right communities, you can sit down next to a total stranger because there's this sacred bubble that's been created, a sacred space of non-judgment, and yeah, just you can feel safe. And when somebody says to you, "How are you?" you can actually think about the answer and say, "Well, since you're asking, here's what's really going on for me." And you tell them the 5% that's going really, really well professionally, and the 5% that's really, really not going well professionally. And you can celebrate with them the 5% that's going really, really well personally, and just share very vulnerably the 5% that's going really, really not so well personally. And what I've learned over all these years of creating tribes of business owners is that flourish, and that have to dig deep to create results that astound all others, is that we business owners need to have a place where we can share our greatest wins without people judging us. And we also need a soft place to land, and to, lick our wounds when things don't go well, and they won't always go well. I even at multiple seven figures, even multiple six figures, there will not be a day when there's not something that's that's not going well. And here's what the reason I'm sharing all this with you is, if you are looking to create much bigger results in your business and in your impact in the world through your business, you must surround yourself with people. You must get in a tribe of people who believe in having level 3 conversations. Level 3 conversations where you could share the high highs and the low lows without anybody trying to fix you, without being judged, without anybody trying to give you advice. They just hold the sacred space for you to fully express yourself. This changes everything. It takes all the clutter, the mental clutter, out of your head, and you can rest your worries or your celebrations, with people who are on the journey with you. And what this does, having this tribe of people who believe in you, who are willing to then also have level 3 conversations with you, gives you confidence that you wouldn't be able to have otherwise. And so this is what we do here, at Bold Heart Business. We believe in every conversation being a level 3 conversation. Vulnerability, but the kind of vulnerability that makes you feel more powerful. It's about love, it's about understanding, and it's about the knowing that a rising tide lifts all boats. So if you're not yet in a community of people, a tribe of non-judgment where you can have level 3 conversations, please find one. It is important, very important for your business, to have that. It has changed everything for me. I play so much bigger now that I have my own tribe of people who believe in me fiercely, and I wish that for you too. So I'd like to inspire you to find your tribe and begin having level 3 conversations with people who are also on their way to greatness. That's my assignment for you today. Sending you so much love. See you next time. Bye.